Tak hanya Singapura, Indonesia juga telah menjadi pilihannya untuk membangun sebuah bisnis. Pria yang gemar memasak ini membuat Kukasa Interior Design yang berbasis di Jakarta. Dengan begitu banyaknya kompetitor dalam bidang yang sama, Lawrence Howell mengaku tidak takut akan persaingan, hasil karyanya dibuat dengan cinta, dan tidak akan ada yang bisa menyamakannya. Lawrence Howell, thank you for coming and join us here.
Thank you, Jax, for having me.
All right, if you could tell us, please describe yourself with your own words, who Lawrence Howell is.
Okay, obviously I'm an Australian. I was born and bred in Melbourne. And in 1994 I moved to Singapore. And I'm studied as an interior designer, which I now work. I have a company in Singapore, which does interior works around the region. And also I'm a furniture designer. I have a company here in Indonesia which designs furniture.
Please describe your art to us.
My art by profession, I'm trained as an interior designer. So my art would be the creation of spaces for people to enjoy.
I mean, how do you see it? Is that any specific taste of your art?
I guess, every designer has their own particular signature or style. I'm not fixed on a particular style. I think it's more about the way I go about the work than creating a particular look and feel. It's about creating spaces that people can enjoy, that are designed to meet the client's needs and their sort of vision. I think it's very important as a designer to tap into what your client's vision is rather than overlaying your own ideals or sort of strict rules onto the clients.
Okay, but how did you get the idea of making designs? And where did you get it?
All around me. I'm one of the type of people that I'm always looking at things. I'm always whether it's, traveling around the world when you're on holiday and you see interesting, ancient, sculptures or structures that influence your work, or whether it's, I love to read magazines. I still, buy all the design magazines I can, books, internet, obviously these days Instagram, Pinterest are obviously great sources of inspiration. But even the smallest things, whether it be, nature is a great source of inspiration. Colors, the way colors come together. Sometimes in nature you see the most beautiful visions. Whether it's a sunset, flowers, gardens, trees, those sort of things. It really, you can get it from anywhere.
And as a designer, what's your idea of originality?
Originality is taking a client's vision and creating it unique for them, infusing it with their needs, their requirements, and putting in your own creative energy and talent.
Do you consider your design original then?
Yes, I do. I think because I focus on tailoring it to each of my clients' needs. I think that's one of the important things as a designer is being able to take a vision and then implement and execute it for your client.
Every designer has their own signature, right? And what makes your design unique? What's your signature?
My signature would be creating contemporary designs that are sort of tailored to our clients' needs. And it's the way, I think for me, my signature is more about the process I go about in designing something. It's about looking at the various variables that you need to consider in the design process, the way you plan the spaces, the way you select the materials, creating a unique sort of a palette, which is, a lot of my clients say I have a very distinctive palette of colors. I love color. I love to have I have a very sort of grayed out base, which I like to use, but then I also like to infuse that with a lot of color and accents.
That's your signature.
One of my signatures, but I think when people think of a signature for a designer or an architect, it's usually about a style, or I'm an ultra modernist, or I'm a classicist, or something. I actually enjoy doing all of those things, so I can't hang my hat on any one of them. I like to do all of them, but I think it's more about a process that I undertake that makes the design process my signature.
All right. Now you're running a furniture business, Kukasa, right? Can you tell me about that?
Kukasa, yes. Okay, Kukasa was an opportunity that came up a couple of years ago. It was a dream of mine for many years to create a furniture business. And it arose here in Indonesia to do production here, and jumped at the chance. The whole concept of Kukasa is to create modern contemporary furniture. We like to call our sort of style modernist. I love mid-century design, the simplicity, but then infused with very luxe materials. So that is sort of where the design for the brand comes from. And it was also about trying to create a European experience for the consumer, but at a more reasonable price point. So that was one of the guiding principles of starting the brand.
You're running your business in Indonesia and Singapore. Why Asia?
Asia, well, it was an opportunity that came about. I've actually been in Singapore now since 1994. So some of my friends had come up to Singapore at that time, and they asked me, did I want to join them? And the rest, I guess, is history, as it were. And my time grew, and I had the opportunity to take on the design business I now run in Singapore. And then, of course, starting my furniture business, which was sort of a natural progression in a way, as I have many clients here in Indonesia. So it was a sort of a natural progression to start something also in Indonesia.
I mean, you're trying to say that Indonesia is a good market for your brand.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's a very dynamic market. It's a growing market. There's a lot of opportunity for our brand to grow, and then also sort of spread to the world that Indonesia can be a hub for good design and sell that design overseas to the rest of the world.
Until now, what's your biggest accomplishment?
Biggest accomplishment? I guess starting a brand is probably a huge accomplishment. That was and then also a very challenging task. Along the way with my design business, I've had many opportunities to be involved in great projects. For instance, things like the Scarlet Hotel in Singapore, which was very well received, had several awards, etc. So that was obviously a great accomplishment as well.
What are the requirements to become a good artist or designer?
I think passion is probably number one. You need to really want to do this. You need to be hungry to go out and look and search for new ideas and inspiration in everywhere you go, every turn. You need to find inspiration. So I think passion is probably one of the main things that needs to drive you in your career as an architect or a designer, anyone in the creative arts.
Do you ever feel stuck when you work? I mean, we're talking about creativity.
Yeah.
Ever feel like, I'm done with this, I'm stuck?
There are times, yes. And
how do you get out?
The way that I found the most, that usually whenever you have something that you can't solve, it's because you're usually thinking about it too much. So you need to let your mind clear, and you need to let yourself relax. And that's where, that passion and that will be refreshed, and you usually find the answers when that happens.
Okay, what keeps you going every day? I mean, like, what makes you get out of the bed every day and feel happy?
I think obviously we're every day is a blessing, so we have to embrace that. But I think challenges, and having the opportunities that I have, I can't not but be thankful for what I have to look forward to every day. Of course, every day doesn't always run as you would like it to run, but that's part and parcel of any business and any life, I guess. So you have to embrace it.
All right. Besides art, what are the things that interest you?
Besides art, obviously, I love nature. I love whenever possible to get out, into nature, going to the beach, going, to forests or mountains, and just enjoying the environment that we're blessed to have been given. I enjoy music.
What type of music?
Many types of music. If you look at my Spotify, my iTunes account, it's filled with everything from jazz, classic,
I heard you love
pop.
travel.
I love to travel as well, yeah.
Where are your 3 best travel destinations?
3 best. So far, loved Spain.
Spain?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I think one of the things was Barcelona particularly reminded me of home, of Melbourne. There was something there that
The
captured
dance, the food, the people.
a little bit of everything. It was just the whole environment sort of had something that made me feel like home. Also loved Greece.
Greece.
Egypt.
Egypt.
Yeah.
Egypt and Greece.
Yeah, Egypt actually probably, in terms of the history and what there is just astounding. It's amazing to think that you can go and see things which are thousands of years old and still marvel about how they actually did them.
And the third is Greece.
Yeah.
Why?
Greece, again, the history that's there. You can see back many thousands of years, and then it has a very rugged beauty, which, if you go to the Greek Isles, it's very rugged, very beautiful. The colours are intense and totally amazing. When I was saying earlier about nature and the beauty that you can see, there is one of the most amazing places. The colour of the ocean, the colour of the earth there is
Inspires you.
Yeah, it's very inspirational, very beautiful. Yeah.
If you are not who you are right now, what will you be?
Maybe a surfer.
A surfer? Why?
Not that I can surf, but something completely opposed to what I am. A chef. I love to cook. I love to cook, but I don't know whether I could be a chef. But yeah, I could be a chef. Something completely different than what I am now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, something completely opposed.
Now, can you describe yourself in 3 words?
Oh, okay.
And the first one is?
I guess passionate, since I've used that word quite a lot.
The second one?
Loyal.
Loyal.
Loyal person, yeah.
You think you're a loyal person?
Yeah.
And the third one?
Dedicated to what I do, to those around me. Always want to go the extra mile.
Okay, if you have to give some tips for young designers, what would it be?
Always, engage in your craft. Be passionate about it. Always look at everything around you and learn from it. We're surrounded by the wonders of the world, whether it's nature or the man-made world, and there's always something to learn and there's always something to be inspired by. So constantly keep your eyes open, be dedicated, work hard, and you can do it.
Okay, since you are a designer, I wouldn't ask you about colors, but I would ask you about, and this is my last question.
Okay.
If you are an animal, what would it be and why?
Animal. My Chinese horoscope is a dog, and I've been told I'm quite like a dog, so maybe a dog.
All right, thank you, Lawrence Howell, for joining us and sharing with us.
Thank you, Jax, for having me and inviting me. It's been my pleasure.